All right. Let's begin in seated pose on our mats, of course. All right, easy pose. All right, easy pose with your thighs splayed open wide. Let your elbows drop just below your shoulders. There's going to be a tendency for you to have the shoulders come forward. Try to let them drop down directly from your shoulders so the shoulder joints can release. And just begin to feel your breath. So just feel as if you're moving that breath. You're inhaling from the sitting bones, from just beneath you, under your mat, bringing it up your body, up your spine, all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale up to the crown, and then exhale from the crown and out the sitting bones. So you're bringing it up through the sitting bones, taking it to the crown, exhaling, releasing that breath through the sitting bones. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your neck relax. Drop your chin a bit. And just notice if there's any place right here where there's obvious tension being held in your body. And if there is a spot like that, go there and send the breath there. Now, when you breathe, rather than breathing and concentrating on the belly, pressing forward and drawing back, concentrate instead on the rib cage opening all the way around 360 degrees with your inhales. And then softening back towards center with the rib cage as you release that breath. Take your right ear toward your right shoulder. Take your left fingertips gently to the mat next to you. Just keep that arm nice and relaxed. And then take your right hand to the left side of your skull, and you can just press ever so gently. Check out the right shoulder. Make sure you're not holding any tension there. So as you breathe, close your eyes. Feel the soft tissues at the left side of your neck. Just really get inside, notice them. Yeah, and send the breath there. Unlock your jaw. You can open your mouth if you'd like. Those of you who want more, take the left arm up a bit, turn the palm behind you, bring the arm back, bend the elbow, bind, drop that left shoulder, press into the head a little bit more. Just making some good space here for the neck to get a good stretch. And if you're in a bind, you'll notice, literally in a bind, you'll notice that you're involving more of that left shoulder when you do this. So drop that left shoulder. See, we're moving from the neck into the shoulder with this, releasing down the side of the neck and into the top of the shoulder. Gently release your head, release the bind if you have it, come back to center, reestablish center, drop both shoulders, feel your spine nice and straight. And now drop your left ear slowly to your left shoulder. And we're moving to the right side. Again, unlock your jaw, let that right shoulder drop. So you may feel like different bands of muscles and soft tissue getting this. Just stay there and feel that. And then you can take your hand to the right side of the head, press just a little bit. And you can even add that bind with the right arm. Don't lift the right arm too high. You want to keep that shoulder relaxed. And once you get that bind, drop the elbow, drop the shoulder, and go back to feeling this. Again, that 360 degrees inflation with the rib cage. And then release both arms. Okay, come to seated again, back to center. Bring both arms up. Bring your hands to the skull, to the back of your skull, both sides, and then take your thumbs to the bottom of your skull, the very bottom of your skull where the neck just begins. Okay? Press the thumbs into that area and press up toward the skull. Now relax the thumbs a bit. Bring the arms forward, bring the elbows forward, and now round your back. Round, round, round. Round, 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 all the way down. Drop your head. Breathe here. Really opening up the back here. Really making some space between the vertebrae. Do you feel it? Let the wing bones really get heavy and drop. Now, 360 degrees with the rib cage. That kind of breath. Now listen up. Rather than beginning to come up and straighten the spine, instead lift your wings to the side, keep the spine nice and curved just like it was. Look forward slightly and send the chest forward. Draw the elbows back. Now you've straightened your spine, but you're still leaning forward. You're still leaning forward. Lean forward some more. Press your thumbs into the base of your skull and then lift up. Soften the thumbs, bring the wings together. Round the back, draw the belly back. Nice little ball here. Give it a few breaths. Full breaths. This is opening your entire back. Listen up. Keep the back nice and curved. Don't move the back. Just open your wings. Feel your chest opening. Send the heart straight forward toward the front of your mat. Now lift up, drawing your navel back. Yeah, draw those wings back. Open the arms to the sides. Turn the palms behind you. Take your arms back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your head just slightly. And release back to a seated pose. All right. Let's open the hips a little bit here. Palms to the inner thighs. Let's just turn. And reverse. And come back to center. All right, now bend your right knee in front of you. Okay. So nice 90-degree angle. Now get your left knee to the side and make that leg a 90-degree angle. Okay, so of course your left hip is hiked up a bit, fingertips to the mat, just let it drop as much as you can. Let it drop, 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 left hip. Okay, now take your fingertips forward and walk forward from here. Slowly, just as much as you can. Okay, beginning to feel how we're going to really get into that right hip. We're going to get it at some different angles here. We're going to go deep into that right hip here. Drop your head down, breathe here. Move that rib cage. Soften the back of the neck. Really feeling how the right hip is responding to this. Taking the hands back, coming back to center. Okay, so we went over the right shin. Now we're going to go over the right knee. So turn your torso slightly, swivel your belly button so it's more or less facing that right knee. Now come forward over the right knee. Just as deep as you can go. And if you can, drop into that inner thigh and drop the head in front of that knee. Again, notice the right hip, feel that. And if you feel something else, that's okay too, go there. But chances are you're feeling this, unlocking that right hip space. Soften the right hip, let it open. And lift your head, take your hands back. I'm going to do this really carefully, okay? Everyone's different in terms of lower back. So take your right fingertips a little bit back and just keep your spine straight and just twist slightly to the right. Twist at the belly button. And then breathe here. Breathe as you're twisted. All right, feel that right hip. Okay, spin out of this. All right, now fingertips to the floor just for support. What we're going to do is we're going to lift, look behind or look over your left shoulder. We're going to pick up the left foot and the left shin. Here we go. Lift, lower, lift, small lifts, lower, lift, lower. Okay, so we're going really deep here into the outer part of that left hip, deep into the glutes. Lift, lower, lift. 5 more. Controlled. Draw your navel back as you lift. 2 more. And 1 more. All right. Now, arms out to the sides. Draw your navel back. Turn your navel to the left. Take your right hand, place it on your left thigh. Draw your right elbow in close to you and see if you can't spin back just a little more. Try to drop that left hip as much as you can. And again, just as much as you can in terms of the twisting. If your lower back is telling you don't do this, pull back. And release, switch sides. So now we're going to have that left knee bent in front of us, 90-degree angle, right knee to the side, 90-degree. Okay. So of course, now that right hip is picked up. Drop it. Just feel it drop. Give it a few more seconds here. Okay, now we're going to come forward, taking our torso over that left shin bone and feel the left hip begin to open. So we've already got that hip on the outer part, right? When we lifted the bottom part of the leg. Now we're going to go to some different parts of the hip. And once you go down as low as you can go, just stay there. Breathe and release. If you're picking up your head, drop it, bringing softness to the neck, the jaw. Walking your hands toward you to lift your torso. Left hand comes over the leg. Straighten your spine as much as you can. Turn your belly button to the left so it's facing the left knee this time. And then bring your hands forward from here. Dropping into that inner thigh, over that left thigh. And slowly lifting from here. Okay. So remember with this one, you only want to twist if it feels okay for the lower back. So one thing that's going to protect the lower back is to draw your belly back towards your spine and then just twist to the left. Yeah, just a bit. Twist to the left just a bit here. Breathing through that twist. Releasing it. And then coming to straight, taking your right fingertips back, left arm across, grabbing the right thigh, and just twist to the right a bit. And coming back to center, fingertips into the ground for support. Take a look over your right shoulder, lower right leg and foot. We're going to lift it and lower it. Just a nice controlled lifting and lower. Okay, working deep. 3 more. 1 more. And release. Bringing both legs in front of you, straight out in front of you. Okay, feeling your body take an L shape. Flex both heels. Open those toes nice and wide. Bring both arms up. Draw the navel back. Come down slowly over this. Seated forward fold. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Lower back, backs of the legs opening up here. Okay, and then if you come down far enough, you can actually take your hands and put them over your toes, bend your elbows down toward your shins, and drop your head between your arms. Deep breath here. Move that rib cage, open it up. Deep breaths. Let your breath really let the body relax to fall into this, even if it's just a few more millimeters. And of course, it's on the exhale where you'll find the release. And releasing, coming back to seated pose, swing those legs behind you, and look for your table pose. All right, don't forget about the hands. Spread the fingers out. Notice how you're pressing into the outer edges of your palms. And I also want you to press up into every finger, all the way up into the top knuckle, the one that's just underneath the fingernails. Yeah, press into that. Feel that move up into the upper arms. Now lift your belly a bit. Okay. Let's take it into a cow pose. Drop your udders, soften those elbows, send them back, heart forward between your biceps. Nice rounded back. Feel that. Like you could just put like a saddle on your back. Breathing here, pressing into those hands. So you're still strong, right? You're still nice and strong within the pose. Eyes closed. Start by lifting the belly. Lift the belly as much as you can. Notice what happens with the pelvis and the tail. Keep it going in that direction, right? Scooping the pelvis forward, lifting the tail up to the belly button, dropping the crown toward your mat. Cat pose. A cow again. Feel it. Move through it to cat. Feel the transition. Head is dropped. Let that skull be as heavy, heavy, heavy as you can. Yeah. Turn your head gently toward the right shoulder. Head stays heavy. You're not holding it up at all. And then to the left shoulder. And then to the right shoulder. And to the left. Back to center. Move it. Back into a cow pose. Feel the udders drop. Feel the heart lift. Now press it forward. Lift from the crown of the head. Feel how open the hips are behind you. And breathe into this. Press into the hands. Instead of starting with the belly, start at the tail. Drop it down, down to the earth. Belly lifts. Upper back domes. Head drops. Tail drops. Keep pressing into those hands. Cat pose. Back to table pose here. Take the left knee in just a bit. All right. Lift the right knee to the side with a bent knee. So you're picking up the thigh to the right side, knee is bent. Take the knee toward the shoulder. Now take the knee toward the ground. Now take the knee up behind you. Push up the ceiling. Now take the knee next to you to the shoulder, down to the ground next to the other knee, behind you, and to the side. Okay, that's the shape you're going to make with the knee. Okay, the circular type movement. Feel this in your right hip. Keep your belly lifted. Keep pressing into your hands. Nice big range of motion in that hip. We've already stretched it. Now we're going to strengthen it. Reverse that circle. Now you take it down, forward to the shoulder and to the side, and down. Really controlled, everyone. Nice and slow. Two more circles in this direction. Notice the other hip is working too. Bring that knee down. Get into a nice table pose. Rearrange things. Curl your toes. Round your tail. And send your tail toward the back of your mat. We're just going to stretch out the hip. Okay, press deeply into those toes. Press the hips down to the toes. We're opening up the toes too. Listen up. Take the hip, lift it a little bit, the hips, and send them all the way to the right, all the way to the right. Press the hip all the way to the right. Yeah. Now walk your hands to the left. Drop a little deeper, soften the elbows, and hang out here a bit. Look how open the right hip is. Send the breath there. We've really worked it. Lifting up with the hips, taking the hands back to center, uncurling the toes. All right. Left hip wants in now. Ready? Right knee comes in just a little bit. Lift the left knee. Of course, it's bent. Okay, got it. Take the knee to the shoulder, down to the ground where the other knee is. Bring it up to the side and forward. Got it? So just get into your own rhythm. Feel that hip working, really working it. Nice and controlled. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Next time the knee comes to the shoulder, stop there and reverse. Down, forward, side. Hold that belly up. Keep the core engaged. Two more like that. Bring the knee down. Straighten out your table pose. Knees are hip distance now. Curl the toes. Pull up the belly, curl your tail down a bit. Send your hips way back there. Press forward into the palms. So it's like an active child's pose. Oh yeah, feel the feet release. Feel those toes release. Okay, now you stay down with the chest. You just lift the hips a little bit. Swivel them all the way over to the left as far as you can get them. Drop them down. And now walk your hands to the right and your arms to the right. Bend your elbows and come on down. So this is one where you're going to notice if one hip tends to be a little bit more, sticky or sensitive than the other. For me, it's my right. Like right now, when I'm opening this left hip, it's just not nearly the sensation that the right hip gave me. Or maybe you're symmetrical and there's no difference. But chances are there is. All right, lift those hips, take the hands back to center. Curl the toes. Okay, sit on your heels. Lift your torso. Press the weight of your hips down into your heels and feel that transfer to the feet and the toes, opening up the fascia, the plantar fascia underneath the feet, giving that a good stretch. Fingertips come forward next to your knees. Now lift your knees and come onto your tippy toes if you can. Okay, and just come onto your tippy toes. Now you can keep your fingertips on the ground, or you can try to place your hands on top of your thighs. And come back into table pose. And let's go up. Up, 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 down dog. All right, so we just opened up the feet a lot. So walk your dog, move the feet around, bend one knee and the other. All right, nice. Now come onto your tippy toes again. Pull up your belly. Press forward into the palms. Send your chest back toward your thighs. Oh, feel the back. Drop both heels. Keep the belly lifted. Now glide forward, okay, until your shoulders are almost to your wrists. Now, if you want to, you can walk your hands forward and get more plankish. Really press into those hands, push your mat away from you, feel your shoulders work, feel your chest work. Okay, drop your knees to the mat, tops of your feet to the mat, send your hips slightly forward and lift your chest and look forward. Okay, now come back into child's pose just to release that lower back. Glide forward again, curl the toes, lift the knees off the mat, come back into your plank or your mini plank. Take your left foot to center, lift your right leg. And yeah, you're using your right glute, flex the right heel, pulse that leg toward the ceiling, the heel toward the ceiling. Release that foot next to the left foot, left leg comes up, really flex the foot, pulse. Keep the belly lifted, everyone. Press into your mat. Strong stuff. Let the foot down. Let the knees come to the ground. Kick up the feet, cross at the ankles. Check out your wrists. They should be slightly wider than your shoulders and slightly in front of your shoulders. Okay. Draw your navel up, engage your core. Bend your elbows straight back as you drop toward the ground. Keep those elbows pulled in toward you. Hold it here. Press into the hands. Pull up the belly. Feel the chest work. Feel the triceps work. Oh, yeah. Straighten the arms. Bend them straight back. Hold. Push the shoulders away from your ears. Just hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten. Uncross the feet. Take your knees forward. Curl your toes. Lift up into down dog again. So just really feel your dog. Move around in it a little bit. Maybe wag your tail, walk your dog, or just, sway it a little bit. Press your chest up toward your thighs. Soften the elbows. Press into the hands. Push the mat away from you here. Take your left foot in a bit. Ground into it. Lift your right leg, and you're in three-legged dog.
Open your hips to the right. Push out through a right flexed heel. Spread the right toes open. Push deeply into your left hand. Keep that left shoulder open and strong. Lift the ankle toward the ceiling until you feel your left inner thigh open up. Now pulse it up there. Pulse it. Belly pulls back toward the spine. Lift it a little higher. Kick it back a little bit. So you're turning a little bit more. Press more deeply into that left hand. Bend the knee and straighten it. Bend the knee, heel is flexed. Straighten. So kick out, straighten, nice and strong. Kick, kick, feel the glutes work. Hold that leg straight. Swivel your hips so they're facing the mat. Glide forward until your shoulders are over your wrists. Keep that right leg nice and straight with a flexed heel. Now come up into three-legged dog again. Look to the front of your mat. Sweep your right foot forward between your hands. Knee is over your ankle. Shimmy the left toes back, make space. Check it out. Look at that left foot. Make sure it's on a different track than the right. Okay, now just look down toward the mat between your left hand and your right foot. Squeeze the left butt cheek. Squeeze the left thigh muscles around the thigh bone. Yeah, that's it. Squeeze some more. Keep that fire burning. Now straighten the right leg. Drop the left heel to the mat. Walk the hands back. Bend the elbows back and drop your forehead toward your shin. All right, lift your head, come up to your fingertips, get your right foot up toward the ceiling so the right foot came off the mat. You're just digging down into your right heel. Press the back of that right leg toward the ground. Feel this especially in your hamstrings, also in the calf muscles. Drop that foot again, bend the knee, bring it over the ankle. Okay, come to your fingertips, look forward. Starting to feel the left hip flexor here. Just rock forward and back. Keep the left leg nice and straight. Rock forward and back here. Okay, now take the left hand, bring it really close to the right foot. Reach out with the right arm. We still have that back leg off the ground, and then reach up to the ceiling here. Those of you who want to bind, you can put a bind in this. Release that bind. Bring that hand forward to the right side of your foot. Rearrange things so that the torso is facing the mat. Drop the left knee gently into your mat. Top of the left foot gently into your mat. Stand up a bit with your torso. Straighten it out, I should say. Come to your fingertips. Press forward. This is the intense one. Left hip flexor release. Let it go. Breathe into it. It's a tough one to get at, right? All right. Curl the back toes again. Lift that knee. Look back there at that foot. Send it out about 45 degrees. Possibly walk your right foot over a bit to separate your tracks, the tracks that your feet are on. Come on up to warrior one. All right. Palms are facing each other. Left glutes are squeezed. Okay, that energy runs down the back of your left leg all the way to the heel and the outer edge of the left foot. Sit more deeply once you get that support. Soften the torso, keep it nice and tall. Feel the left calf muscle open up as you press the edge of that foot into the ground.
Hands into Namaste Mudra. Bring them to your heart. Lift your elbows. Press the hands together. We might as well get this part, might as well get the wrists here. Also gets the chest and the shoulders, right? Press those hands together as much as you can. Lift the elbows. Feel it. Ultimate isometric move, right? Rotate those fingertips toward you, wrist away from you, and feel that. Breathe into it. Now rotate the fingertips up to the ceiling and turn to the left. Keep that right inner thigh open. Keep it open, open. Don't move the right knee. Now twist even behind you a bit. Still pressing the hands together. This is super active. Now bring it forward again. Now bring the arms up, soften up the mudra, squeeze the biceps into your ears. Really make sure that back leg is nice and strong, glute is working. Now come forward here. Yeah. Press into the edge of that back foot. Use it. Drop the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Press them into one another. Draw your navel back. Reach out with the left arm. Open up the left waist. Now reach up to the ceiling. Now, if you're a binder, you can put in your bind. If you're not a binder, just hang out there. Release the bind. Bring the left arm over the ear. Cartwheel up to warrior two. Soften the shoulders, lift from the crown of the head. Separate those arms wide, feeling a nice big opening across the heart center here. Stay strong here, warrior two. Focus is over the right middle finger just beyond it, and it's a soft focus. A drishti is a really, really soft focus. Rotate the right palm up, spread the fingers out, feel the bicep light up with that move. Drop the back arm as the right arm comes overhead. There's your right rib cage. Get it. Give it some breath. Breathe into it. Can you do the 360-degree rib cage move here? Try it. Yeah, push through it. Nice. Back to warrior two. Find your drishti again. All right. Look at that right foot. Swivel it so it's facing the edge of your mat. And then just move your feet and your legs so you're in a nice wide position. Nice standing wide position here. Toes facing forward. Oh, I changed my mind. Toes facing out and bend your knees. Let's sit here. Yeah, let's sit here. Let's do this like the squat, this standing deep squat right here. Just kind of squat in the middle. Bring the arms out to the side. Now you're used to this. Okay, ready? Grab a beach ball. Stay down there. Grab a beach ball. Squeeze it. Let it push into your front body. Let it curve your back. Drop your forehead into it. Oh, feel those inner thighs work. And you know those hips, they're strong now. You've got them all warmed up. All right, now turn the palms away from one another. Send the arms back. Grab the beach ball back there. It's pushing into your back body and sending your front body forward. Sit a little deeper. Bring the beach ball forward. Grab it here. Drop your head into it. Sit a little lower. You can do it. Now get that beach ball that's behind you. Squeeze it. Take the back of your head. Let it feel the beach ball and just relax into it. And bring the arms to the sides. Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it up. Bring it down and hold left elbow to the top of the left shoulder. Bring that right arm over. Open up your right waist. Reach some more. Pull the belly back. Yeah. Swoop that right arm in front of you. Bring the right elbow to the right shoulder, thigh rather. Wrong body part. Left arm overhead. Here we go. Ready to unlock the left side. Feel the waist. Reach out some more. Make it longer. Swoop forward. Right arm over. Right arm swoops. Left arm over. Left arm swoops. Right arm. Left. Right. And come up. Okay. Feet facing forward or toed in. Hands on your waist. Press the thumbs into your lower back. Press the fingertips into your hip bones, and that's right where you're going to hinge. Right where you're going to hinge is right there. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Bring it all the way down. All the way down. Forward fold with wide legs. Body just drops between your legs. Traction for your back. Feel it in the neck. Just breathe and enjoy this inversion. Listen up. Stay down here. Take a look at your left ankle. Take your right hand, clasp your left ankle. If you can't get that low, get the shin. Bend that right elbow, take it down toward the ground. You're going to feel the backs of the legs open up. Lift the left arm. So both legs are straight. Now, from this position, gently bend the right knee and take the elbow closer to the ground and twist a bit. Straighten the right leg up. Take your hand off the left ankle, drop down to center again. Just a nice forward fold here. Look at your right ankle. Left hand grabs that or the shin. Elbow, bend it toward the ground. Really extend it toward the ground. Now lift the right arm. Oh gosh, backs of the legs nice and open here. Now you can bend the right knee. Take that elbow closer to the ground and twist some more. And if you don't want to bend it, don't. If you want to stay with straight legs, that's fine. Straighten the legs, bring it back to center. Bring your hands into the ground under your head. Straighten your arms to lift your torso, parallel to the ground. Walk your hands forward. And let your head drop between your arms. Send your heart back there between your legs. And you're in a wide dog. Soften the back of your neck. Feel the energy down the backs of both legs and into the hips. Notice how long and stretched your spine is here. So just enjoy all of that. Walk your hands back towards your mat. All right. And take the toes out and the heels in. And then hop, 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 bounce, bounce, bounce your butt, and bring your feet back to center. Well, I shouldn't say back to center, bring them to center. Sweep the arms back, lift up. Swan dive forward, come down. Monkey pose as you press into the shins. Oh, feel your hips draw back and your heart go forward. Slide down into a fold again. Bend your knees, sweep the arms back, bring them up, lift. Open up, open up, open up. Swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. All the way down here, you're in a fold again. Monkey pose again. Make sure that belly's lifted.
Make sure the heart is going forward. Feel the spine nice and stretched out here. Fold it up again. Now walk your hands forward and your feet back and look for down dog again. Take your right foot in a bit. Lift your left leg up. Flex that heel. Glide your body forward. Stop when your shoulders are over your wrists. Push back through that heel. Lift it a little higher. Pulse it a bit. Can't remember if we pulsed on the other side, but since I can't remember, let's do it here. Now lift the leg. Three-legged dog once again. Turn your hips and open them. Feel the right inner thigh release. Lift that leg a little higher. Kick it back just a bit. Keep the leg straight. Twist higher. Now really press into your right hand. Hard, press hard. Push the mat away from you in order to keep the right shoulder open and strong. Lift the leg a little higher. Press it back a bit more. Now rotate this so that the hips are facing the mat again. Look forward, send the left leg forward. Okay, so left foot is forward between your hands. Shimmy the right toes back as far as you can get them. Keep the legs straight and strong. Push into the right toe pads. Squeeze the right butt cheek. Now squeeze the thigh muscles around the right thigh bone. You got it. Press deeply into the left foot. Right leg is still active. Now straighten the left leg as you drop the right heel. Send your hands back. Pyramid pose, bend your elbows, drop your forehead toward your shin. And just feel all of this. Feel it. Got it in the left hip, the left hamstring, the left calf muscle. You got the right calf muscle if you push that heel to the ground. Now come to the fingertips. Take the left toes off the ground, press into that heel, and just push the back of that leg toward the ground without locking the knee, please. Now send that foot forward, bend the left knee, come forward until the knee is over the ankle. Bring your fingertips forward. Shimmy the toes back a little more. Bring your right hand next to that left foot. Reach forward with the left arm. Push into those toe pads back there. That's going to give you some stability. Lift to the left arm. You're twisted here. Bring the arm forward and down. Drop the right knee, top of the right foot. Bring the fingertips back a bit so you can lift up the torso and press it forward along with your hips and really get deep into the right hip flexors. Feel that. Release from here. Curl the back toes, lift that knee, look at the right foot back there, hop it forward and send it out about 45 degrees, possibly walk the left foot out a bit. So you want some wide tracks for your feet so that you can get some stability when you come up into warrior one. Hands together overhead. Bring that mudra to your heart. Press it together. Yeah, let's work the wrists again. Lift the wrists, lift the elbows, press the hands into each other, fingertips spread apart. Now this time, roll the fingertips toward you first and press your wrists away from you.
Now keep pressing the hands together, fingertips up toward the ceiling and forward, and bring the wrists toward you. Now bring the fingertips up toward the ceiling, and then turn your torso to the right. Keep that left thigh nice and open. Don't let the left knee migrate toward middle. And then even slightly behind you. Nice and active, very twisted through the torso, strong in your foundation. Now bring it around, back to center. Forward again. Lift the arms, soften the mudra, squeeze the biceps into your ears. And then you can come forward here, draw forward with your torso and your arms, drop the left arm inside of the left leg, press them into one another, reach out before you bring that arm up. Now, if you want to bind, this is where you do it. Release that bind. Intense side stretch. Bring that arm over your ear. Now bring it up. Warrior two. Shoulders soften. Fingertips pull apart, right away from the body. Crown of the head is lifted. Rotate the left palm up. Spread the fingers apart. Feel what happens to the bicep with that move. Drop the right arm behind you. Let it drop right out of the shoulder. Left arm comes up and overhead. Sit a little deeper. There's the left rib cage for you. Feel it. Give it some breath. Back to warrior two. Warrior one. Flow forward here. Pick up that back heel, that right heel, turn those toes forward, and then take the right foot next to the left. Sit in a little chair. Bring the arms forward for chair pose. Lift up. Bring the arms to the sides. Bring them back behind you, palms facing each other. Sit into a little chair this time. And just pulse the arms behind you, squeezing between your wing bones, palms facing each other, like you have a little, this time you have a little beach ball, and it's slightly deflated, so you can just kind of, pump into it. Release the arms, bring them up. Oh, nice. Reach, reach, reach. Full body stretch in a standing pose here. All right. Lift up as much as you can with the fingertips. Draw the navel back. Try not to sway the back. Try to keep your tail slightly toward facing the ground. Now bend your knees and swish forward. Arms come up. Inhale. Drop down. Inhale through the nose. Unlock the jaw. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Bring it all the way down. Knees are bent. All right. Grab the backs of your ankles. Keep your arms with the elbows bent, nice and relaxed. Drop your head. Now draw those elbows in toward one another. Release the back of your neck. Release your wing bones. And just breathe here. All right, slowly roll up. Let your arms dangle. And then once you get up there, come to your mountain pose, your Tadasana pose. Find some good footing, something that feels good for you. Look down at your feet. Look at the outer edges of your feet. Okay. So make the outer edges of your feet parallel. This may mean you're going to be in a position where your feet are more pigeon-toey, kind of, not totally, but then they usually are. But just keep them there. Now lift all 10 toes, spread them out, place them down right there. Feel your feet as your foundation. Mountain pose. And then slowly bring the arms up and overhead. Another Namaste Mudra, a soft one that floats right to your heart. And then drop your forehead towards your fingertips. Okay. And then come down onto your back. So we're going to do a little bit of core. And then, of course, we'll stretch out a bit. Now, wait, don't go all the way to your back. I changed my mind. Heels into the ground, feet up, palms up. You're holding onto a platter. Okay. Back is straight. Shoulders are relaxed. So little bends at the elbows. Come back a little bit. Grab underneath your calves, your thighs, grab a hold of them, come back a little more, bend the knees a little more, feet off the ground, straighten them. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, modified boat pose. Bend, straighten and hold. Bend, heels into the ground, grab that platter again, round the back on the way down here, and slow, put the brakes on, using your abdominal muscles, and arms overhead. Get a nice body stretch. This time, instead of standing, full body stretch, supine. Chin to the chest, release your neck. And bend your knees, bring them up over your hips. Reverse tabletop. Flex both heels, pull the navel down. Bring the arms up to the ceiling, palms are facing each other. Okay, now we're going to bring the arms all the way down to the mat without quite touching, and then bring the knees to the chest and lift the head and the upper back off the ground. Now bring the arms up overhead, straighten the legs. Bring them in. Now, if that bothers your neck, which I just realized it does mine, just do the little basket, holding up your head. So knees to the chest and straighten. To the chest and straighten. Nice and controlled. Okay, so we're getting the entire core. We're getting the abdominals and the lower back muscles here. Straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend, straighten, bend and hold, pulse at the top. Exhale. And feet to the ground, head to the ground, arms open to the sides of your body, T pose. Straighten both legs. Flex both heels. Pull the navel down. Lift the right leg a few inches from the ground, press out through a flexed heel, and very slowly lift it to the ceiling. Now bend the knee. Left arm comes all the way over your body. Left hand takes the side of that right thigh and then slowly draws it down toward the left side of your mat. See if you can do the full 360 breath here. And bring that knee back to center. Both arms are open, palms up, T pose. Straighten the right leg. Hold the belly down. Circle the leg. Big circles. Now begin taking it down, still making those circles, challenging the abdominals. And then when you get close to the ground, just let it drop. Straighten everything out, spine, chin to the chest, flex both heels. Bring the left leg up just a little bit. Soften the shoulders. Slowly bring that leg up. Draw the navel down as you do it. Bend the knee. Right arm comes over. Right hand grabs that leg. Gently pulls it down to the right side. Take your knee back to center. Arms are in a T pose. Left leg straightens to the ceiling. Flex the heel. Draw the navel down and slowly bring. Oh, no. Make circles. Yeah, make circles. And now bring the leg down as you're circling it. Still with that hip theme here. But of course, this is primarily abdominal, but you're also, right, spinning that femur around in the hip. And bring it down and soften everything. Both knees come to the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Cross at the ankles. Flick your feet up to the ceiling and then down to your mat. All right. And then just bring it, flip it over and bring it belly down into the mat. We're going to restore here in crocodile pose. Stacking the hands, resting your forehead on the top hand, feet are toed in. All right, palms chest level into your mat. Okay, legs hip distance or closer, feet toed in. Lift your pubic bone, round it up to your belly button, drop it again. And then keep your elbows pulled in close to your body as you slowly lift up into cobra. Recruit those back muscles, press into the hands as little as possible. Now, if you're back bending at the top, of course, you'll need to use the hands pressed into the mat. Come down slowly from this. Keep those elbows drawn in. Slowly kiss your forehead to your mat. Come up one more time. Take it nice and slow and easy. And twisting at the top for those of you who like it. Over one shoulder, then the other. Back down. Forehead to the ground again. Kiss it. Turn your head to one side. Flip your palms up and release into the cheekbone. And then slowly, other side, turn your head facing the other direction, rest into that other cheekbone. And then take your head back to center. Palms chest level, push up into table pose. Lift your belly, round your tail, and take a nice, slow backward motion with the hips into a child's pose. Don't rush getting into it. Let it stretch your entire spine, lower back. And then take a few breaths there. And then if you're staying for Shavasana, flip it over and come onto your back. Okay, so just be with your breath. Let go of everything that happened before this moment. And just be right here in this moment. It's the only place you can truly be, right? So just stay here. And the best way to anchor into the here and now is to place your awareness on your breath. So just precisely notice your breath from the moment it begins to the moment it ends and a new breath starts. One breath at a time, okay? Just concentrate on this breath right now. Begin again for the next breath. So cover your breath with your awareness. Okay, and when thoughts come into your awareness, that's completely normal. Just notice them, watch them dissolve and let them go. Okay, so we don't need to cling to them or amplify them. We can just notice them. Thoughts, feelings, these things arise and fall and disappear. That's the nature of the human mind. So just bring it back to the breath every time. Notice the sensations in your body when you breathe. Movement of your rib cage, your belly, your chest. Notice the temperature of the breath at your nostrils. And notice how when you're with your breath and you're in the present moment, you're naturally relaxed. right? When you don't step outside of this present moment, there's an ease because there's no effort. You're just here. You don't need to get here. You are here with your breath. So just let all the muscles of your body relax. Feel the spaciousness and the clarity of your mind. And if in tonight's savasana practice you'd like to put a prayer, intention, or sankalpa, you can do that now. Release it, come back to now, your breath. Slowly make your transition. Gently roll to one side. Then slowly make your way to seated pose, circling right back to the pose we started in. All right, arms open wide, heart spread open. Arms going up. Namaste Mudra right over your crown, floating to your heart. Namaste. Do you hear that? Those are Canadian geese. They actually migrate through here. I feel like I'm in Minnesota, which I'll be very soon. Thanks for showing up, guys. You're welcome. Oh, good, good, good. I'd like to have you back. I missed you last week. Maybe you were even gone more than that, but I know you weren't here last week. All right, Fern, Chris, take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully I see you next week.